Okay, so this is going to be a long video. This is a lot of stuff that I've retained from when I learned it back in high school. I went to school on a reservation, and it was actually kind of a thing where we had to learn Native American histories and Native American government. So this is just my disclaimer to you. If you disagree with it, that's fine. You are entitled to your own opinions. This is just what I know personally. The internet has search engines that are free. You can use those. If you want to dispute anything, you can more than welcome to send me resources to try to, tell me that I'm wrong. I will read them. So, we're going to talk about blood quantum. Blood quantum is actually a thing that was introduced by the government. White people trying to control Native Americans. And this was because if you had blood quantum involved, or a degree of, this is treaty words, Indian blood, it was basically telling, natives how much are they going to get for treaty rights, what is the agreed upon help, The Dawes Act was introduced in 1887. That's when the Dawes Act was introduced. And then that's how pieces of land that Native Americans were living on was broken up and sold to non-Native members, such as white folks. And I remember the 10-cent treaty, selling acres of lands, like 10 cents, to settlers who wanted to settle there. So again, you can look that up. And I want to point out a fun fact that I am enrolled on a reservation that is only 6 by 12 miles. We have over 33,000 people enrolled in that tribe, and I don't know how the hell we're supposed to share 6 by 12 miles between all of us. But anyway, we're talking about blood quantum. So when they started to record blood quantum, or even before then, I think around that time, before then I believe, I'm Métis, so I'm mixed. And there is more than a good enough chance that my own lineage is not correct. My papers say that I am half Turtle Mountain Chippewa and half white. Let's just put it that way. And so when settlers married Native American women, vice versa, when they had children, they were counted as half. But when those children were to have children with either full blood members of their tribe, or even per se like another settler, those children would be counted as half. So it's half, and so on and so forth. It's still going to be counted as half as far as those descendants are concerned. And when they decided to actually try to record blood quantum as accurate, you might say, like, oh, well, this one goes down like half, quarter, so on and so forth. And so that it's just like when people have like the degree of Indian blood, it's probably not even accurate for the most part. And continuing on with that, when we are recording blood quantum, especially when you want to gain enrollment to a tribe, every tribe has different enrollment requirements. My tribe has quarter. You have to be a quarter Native American to be able to qualify for enrollment within this tribe. Some have less, some are a quarter, and I don't know if any have more. I haven't done any research on that, but I know that if you don't qualify, you can qualify as like a descendant, but that doesn't mean that you're fully enrolled. You're just a descendant, and that's it. Okay, so what does that mean? So when you are a member of a federally recognized tribe, you are enrolled. You're fully enrolled. You have your ID, your certificate of Indian blood. That means that you can gain access to an Indian health service. You could even probably do that with like a descendant lineage, but I know you have to have a piece of paper that says that. There's some that don't take those kinds of patients at all. I don't know. Descendants, I'm really sorry that you kind of get treated that way. I think this sucks. But I know some tribes kind of depend on the enrolled members to receive, especially government funding. So when it comes to tribal sovereignty, this is personal opinion, I don't feel like tribes are actually sovereign. They still rely on the United States government for funding. So a lot of our funding comes from the government, and that's because of enrollment numbers. There's like a whole thing there. I'm not even going to get into it. It just kind of, I also just got off work, so that's too much thinking for my brain. So if you feel like you have tribal lineage somewhere and you don't know which tribe, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. And if you feel like you want to enroll because you have lineage and you know where, just know that if you are trying to add yourself to the rolls or, tribal membership, that you do have to have your parents enrolled before you enroll yourself. Your parents have to be enrolled. It has to be a lineage. You have to follow a lineage there. That's the rules. Because, how else are you going to know your blood quantum without your parents, grandparents, things like that? To be made known that amongst us Native Americans that blood quantum is such a colonial way of thinking, but it's something I've noticed among some natives, that if you're not at like a certain degree of like blood quantum, that they can get pretty prejudiced. That's what I've experienced so far. I'm half, but I'm not like super light skinned. I got some brown, and there's just a lot of discrimination that I faced amongst like other tribes. So just kind of tread carefully along that. And that's what I know about blood quantum. I could tell you more maybe if I were to do some more research, but that's just what I remember from like my senior high school days, and I graduated high school like a long ass time ago. I'm including a screenshot, so just pause to read that, please. It's just like a little excerpt from like a website.